The quickest way to turn a salad from something you force yourself to eat into something that you actually want to eat is by making a dressing that you actually like. And in the world of salad dressings, the vinaigrette reigns supreme. At its most basic, a vinaigrette is a mixture of 3 parts oil and 1 part acid, usually vinegar, but you can also use citric acid or some other form of acid depending on what you have available. But on their own, oil and vinegar don't mix. Try and mix them together and they'll just separate. You'll need to add an emulsifier, which, through the power of science, allows the oil and the acid to mix together and stay together. The most common emulsifier in a vinaigrette is mustard, but you can also use things like egg yolks, tomato paste or honey. So those are the components for a basic vinaigrette, but we can take things even further to take your salad to the next level. Hi. I'm Adam. I'm a home cook on a journey to learn more about food and cooking, from history and the environmental impact to new recipes and ways to cook, and today we're going to be making a vinaigrette. First, let's gather up our ingredients. For the oil, I'd recommend using something that has a nice taste, like an extra virgin olive oil or sesame oil. You'll want to avoid neutral oils. While they will work, they won't add any flavour. Plus, refined oils like groundnut oil or vegetable oil are less nutritious than extra virgin olive oil or sesame oil. Next, let's choose our acid. The most popular choice is vinegar, perhaps a nice neutral rice vinegar or apple cider vinegar, or perhaps something more pronounced like balsamic vinegar. You can also just use citric acid from a lemon or a lime, or even orange juice. Finally, we'll have to pick out an emulsifier to bind everything together. Like I said, mustard is your typical choice, but honey, tomato paste or egg yolks will also work. Honey, by the way, is a really nice choice if you want to make a sweet vinaigrette, which, yes, is possible. It's 2 birds with 1 stone, right? But the emulsifier is only used in small proportions to the oil and the vinegar, so these ingredients, though they have a strong flavour on their own, they won't be massively prominent in the vinaigrette. To make the vinaigrette, you'll need something to mix it in. I'm using a specific salad dressing mixer, but a simple bowl and a fork will do. Measure out 3 parts oil, 1 part vinegar and a small amount of your emulsifier. You'll also want to add a pinch of salt to enhance the flavour. Now that we've created our base vinaigrette, we can start to get creative. The beauty of the vinaigrette is in its flexibility. Want a creamy dressing? No problem, just add some yogurt or mayo. Want some sweetness? Fine, just add sugar, sweetener, maple syrup or honey. What about spice? That's fine as well. You can throw in some cayenne pepper, some smoked paprika, maybe some fresh chilies if you've got them. Whole spices like cumin and fennel seeds work pretty well as well. If you've got some fresh herbs on hand, like coriander, you can throw that in as well. There's no hard and fast rules here. Once you've got that base vinaigrette of oil, vinegar and the emulsifier, you can experiment with whatever flavours and add-ons you want. By the way, don't try the vinaigrette directly for taste. If you want to taste it, apply a little bit to a leaf from the salad that you're going to create. That's how you're going to eat it, right? So you want to taste it in context. If you do taste it directly, it'll taste way too strong. Vinaigrettes aren't just for salads though, they make great marinades too. You can soak it into your protein, whether it's chicken, beef, tofu or whatever, and leave it in the fridge overnight. Or you can use it for coating vegetables before you roast them. For now, I'm going to make a salad, and I'm going to just make a basic vinaigrette with some extra sweetness. So I've added a pinch of sweetener and a few drops of maple syrup, and that tastes... Mwah. Thank you so much for watching. I'm constantly cooking, experimenting and researching to learn more about food and cookery, and I share what I've learned every week. If you want to learn more about the food that you cook and better ways to cook it, please consider subscribing to the channel. See you in the next one.